Muscle cars are as American as baseball and apple pie, representing an era of raw power, style, and unmatched performance. Today, we're counting down the top 20 American muscle cars of all time. Get ready to rev your engines. 1. 1964 Pontiac GTO. We start with the car that ignited the muscle car revolution, the 1964 Pontiac GTO. Armed with a 389 cubic inch V8 engine producing a staggering 348 horsepower, this car wasn't just fast, it made history. It turned heads on the street and in showrooms, helping to define what would soon become the muscle car blueprint. Car and Driver magazine even controversially pitted it against the Italian Ferrari GTO. Spoiler alert, it didn't disappoint. 2. 1965 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396 Chevrolet fired back at Pontiac a year later with the Chevelle SS 396, featuring a monstrous 396 cubic inch V8. It was capable of delivering 375 horsepower and ran the quarter mile in just 14.60 seconds, blisteringly fast for its time. The Chevelle made a bold statement, proving that Chevy was a heavyweight contender in the muscle car arena. 3. 1966 Dodge Charger Hemi. The first generation Dodge Charger combined striking design with sheer performance. Its sleek fastback shape and hidden headlights were cutting edge for 1966, but the real story was under the hood. The 426 Hemi V8 engine made its production debut, bringing NASCAR-level power to the streets. This car was a game-changer both on the track and on the road, earning a reputation for unmatched speed. 4. 1967 Chevrolet Camaro Z/28. Responding to the success of Ford's Mustang, Chevrolet unleashed the 1967 Camaro Z/28, quickly becoming an icon in its own right. Powered by a 302 cubic inch V8 engine and built for racing, the Camaro was designed to take on the Mustang. It proved itself in Trans Am racing, marking Chevrolet's dominance in this new market segment. 5. 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner 440 plus 6. The 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner introduced a low-cost, high-performance alternative to its sibling, the GTX. The 440 plus 6 engine, with 6 carburetors, produced serious power and ran neck and neck with the Prescher 426 Hemi, all while being more affordable. 6. 1965 Ford Mustang GT Ford struck gold with the 1965 Mustang GT, a car that not only defined the pony car, but became one of the most successful launches in automotive history. Powered by a 289 V8 engine, the Mustang was quick, stylish, and affordable, selling almost 700,000 units in its first year. Go to 1969, Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Pontiac's 1969 Firebird Trans Am gave muscle car fans another legendary option. It was built for the racetrack and became an icon with its aggressive stance and road racing focus. Like its cousin, the Chevrolet Camaro, it solidified GM's presence in the performance market. 8. 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. By 1970, muscle cars were becoming bigger and more powerful. Oldsmobile's 442 W30 was one of the most impressive, packing a 455 cubic inch engine and 500 pound-feet of torque. The W30 upgrade added a cold air induction system and more power, making this one of the most potent Oldsmobiles ever made. Its combination of torque, power, and style made it a standout in the muscle car world. 9. 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1. The Buick GSX Stage 1 was the undisputed torque king of the muscle car era, with a mind-blowing 510 pound-feet of torque. Its 455 V8 engine delivered 360 horsepower, but it was the torque that earned it legendary status. The GSX was more than just a luxury muscle car, it was a true performance machine, often surprising its rivals with its ferocity on the drag strip. 10. 1968 Mustang Shelby GT 500KR. The 1968 Shelby GT 500KR was one of the last collaborations between Ford and Carroll Shelby in the 1960s. The KR stood for King of the Road, and it lived up to its name, boasting a 428 Cobra Jet engine that delivered over 400 horsepower. 11. In 1970, Dodge introduced the Challenger, offering a wide array of engines and trims, including the ultimate RTSE Hemi version. The car was known for its aggressive design and was available in iconic colors like plum crazy purple. 12. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. The 1969 Camaro ZL1 was a rare street-legal muscle car that could be taken straight to the racetrack. With an aluminum 427 cubic inch V8 engine, it pushed performance to new heights, earning its place as one of the most sought-after muscle cars ever produced. 13. 2023 Dodge Challenger SRT jailbreak. Fast forward to the present, and muscle cars are still alive and well. The 2023 Dodge Challenger SRT jailbreak boasts an insane 807 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque, making it one of the most powerful production cars on the planet. 14. 1973 Pontiac Firebird 455 Super Duty. The 1973 Pontiac Firebird 455 Super Duty was the last hurrah of the original muscle car era. With nearly 300 horsepower, it refused to bow to the growing emissions regulations of the time, keeping the muscle car dream alive until the 1980s. 15. 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. The Dodge Charger Daytona was built for speed, not just on the road, but on NASCAR tracks as well. With its iconic nose cone and massive rear wing, the Daytona was a purpose-built race car that set new records, including breaking the 200-mile-per-hour barrier. This car wasn't just about looks, it was a serious contender at the track. 16. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 LS6. The 1970 Chevelle SS 454 LS6 was the peak of muscle car performance in its time. With 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, it stood as one of the most powerful cars of its era, even rivaling Chevrolet's Corvette. 17. 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429. Ford bent the rules with the Boss 429, fitting a NASCAR engine into the smaller Mustang instead of the larger Torino. This resulted in the most powerful Mustang engine of its time, a 429 cubic inch V8 that made the Boss 429 one of the most coveted Mustangs ever produced. 18. 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. The GTO Judge was the high-performance variant of the already legendary Pontiac GTO. Named after a popular TV show character, the Judge packed a 400 cubic inch Ram Air 3 engine, producing 366 horsepower. Its bold graphics, open hood scoops, and tachometer on the hood made it one of the most iconic muscle cars of the era. 19. 2018 Dodge Demon. The 2018 Dodge Demon is the epitome of modern muscle car insanity. With 840 horsepower and 770 pound-feet of torque, the Demon was designed to dominate the drag strip. Capable of a 9-second quarter mile, this car is an engineering marvel that redefined what muscle cars can achieve in the modern era. 20. 1971 Hemi Cuda convertible. With its short wheelbase and mean stance, the Cuda was as tough as they come. Only 11 Hemi convertibles were built, making it one of the rarest and most sought-after muscle cars of all time. Its combination of style, power, and rarity makes it the perfect car to close out our list. That wraps up our countdown of the top 20 American muscle cars. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more awesome automotive content.